went to bleeding races, 'twas on the 9th of June, 1862 on a summer's afternoon. I took the bus to Banbury's and she was heavy laden. Away we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to bleeding.
You're watching Toon Army TV. Welcome to the channel. This is the Newcastle versus Leicester City match preview this Sunday at St James's Park. It's a 2:15 kickoff live on the TV. If I could ask you kindly, if you're a first-time viewer or if you've watched in the past, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. I really want to grow the channel in 2021. I want to try and get to 3,500 subscribers. I'm less than 60 away now, so by you subscribing, it would really mean the world to me, and it means that the channel can go forward in 2021. I want to try and push it as much as I can in 2021. And talking of 2021, I just want to wish you all a happy new year. I want to wish you all a safe one, a blissful one, and a successful one, whatever that may bring. And with the current restrictions in the North East, we're currently in Tier 4, but just stay positive. I'm sure in the next 2 weeks or the next month, we'll get out of Tier 4, wherever you may live, and we will get back to what we were doing before and then go forward from there. We won't do this forever. We will get back into games and we will be able to do the things that we enjoy. But anyway, this is not a politics show. This is a football channel, but just wishing you all well for the new year. Without any further ado, let's get straight into the preview. Just a quick recap from the Liverpool game last night, or whenever you decide to watch this. It was a good point. I'll take it. I think Liverpool were off. They didn't really take the chances. If it wasn't for Caldala, who was man of the match, the guy deserves an England call-up. He was absolutely fantastic. And I think it's going to be hard now for Dubravka to get back into the side. Bruce cannot drop this guy. He really cannot. And he's bailed us out so many times, and he's proven it against Liverpool. Gareth Southgate has to take notice now. How Jordan Pickford can get in over Caldala is beyond me. I can see why with him playing for England in the past. Obviously he plays for Everton. They've got more chance of finishing in the top 7, whereas Newcastle were mid-table. But you can't ignore Caldala's performances, unfortunately. He's got to get a run somewhere in the England side. If it's going to be a friendly, at least give the guy a chance. A special mention to Yedlin as well, who I think performed really well on the night. Matty Longstaff as well, who I didn't mention in the review, played out his skin. Fantastic, brings a lot of energy into the side. And I tell you what, I would definitely start him against Leicester on Sunday. He's so vital to what we do in terms of that midfield. So let's look at both Newcastle and Leicester. I like to start off by looking at the Premier League table. So Newcastle, we currently find ourselves in 14th place on 19 points. We are 8 points clear of Fulham, but that's not to say that we're not out of danger. We've just got to keep plugging away, picking up the points, and I'm sure we will be safe come the end of the season. Of course, when you look at this table, there's games on New Year's Day, Saturday, and even Sunday before we kick off. A lot can change, so don't read into that table too much. In terms of Leicester City, well, they currently find themselves in 3rd place on 29 points. Another good season for them so far under Brendan Rodgers. And I've got them down as a shout of the Premier League title. They're still in the title race as far as I'm concerned. When it looks possible for them to win it, you look at the sides this season at the top, it's been very inconsistent. And Leicester, whilst it's still possible, mathematically, they've still got that big chance and they'll be looking for a big result on Sunday, likewise ourselves. Now looking at the last game for both Newcastle and Leicester, starting off with the TOON, we drew 0-0 with Liverpool, as mentioned in the recap. It's a solid point. Did we do enough to win the game? Well, we had a big chance through Kieran Clark, but it was just, misses. Apart from that, I think Liverpool will be the side that leaves St James's Park disappointed, but I think we leave the stadium with our heads held high, in much better response after, what's gone before with Brentford and Fulham, Manchester City. If you'd asked me before the Liverpool game kicked off, I would take a point. I'm sure I would have snapped your hand off for it. Leicester City, on the other hand, they drew 1-1 with Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. From what I watched, it sounded like it was a fair result. Leicester did miss a penalty. Crystal Palace did take the lead through Wilfred Zaha, but then Leicester did equalise 1-1. And I think Crystal Palace would take it. I think Leicester would most likely take it, being on the road. But this is what I kind of see with these sort of sides like Leicester. When they get a draw with Crystal Palace, despite Crystal Palace conceding 7 against Liverpool, that makes our point look amazing, given the fact that we could have been given the same treatment. But then you look back on Leicester with that 1-1 draw, they may be looking to give us a hiding, at St James's Park on Sunday, and they've got a very good record against us. Have Leicester City, they scored 9 goals past us in total last season, 5 at the King Power, 4 at St James's Park if you include the Premier League fixture and the Carabao Cup. So they know where the back of the net is, and Leicester are a side that are not to be underestimated. They are a very good, well-drilled side under Brendan Rodgers, always looking to go forward. So looking at the injuries and suspensions for both sides, we'll look at the TOON. Well, Hayden, unfortunately, is going to be missing against Leicester due to the fact that he's picked up 5 yellow cards, which means he will be missing 1 game. I'm gutted because I think the lad's fantastic. He's rock solid. He likes to put in a shift. He likes to protect the back 5 or the back 4, whichever way Steve Bruce goes about it. He does like to get forward and be positive, and we're going to miss his presence on Sunday. And it's important that whoever steps in, puts in an equally good performance, because I think against Liverpool the other day, he was fantastic as ever. ASM is still recovering in France. We're not too sure when he's going to be back. Steve Bruce said it was going to be weeks before he makes a return. Jamal Lascelles has got a question mark against him. He could be back for Leicester, but we'll have to wait and see. But Steve Bruce did mention that he is closer than ASM. But has he been a big miss? I wouldn't say so, because I think the centre-backs that have been deputised and have done quite well in Jamal Lascelles' replacement. Dubravka is back now. He was on the bench against Liverpool, but as mentioned, I don't think he'll ever get back in anytime soon, the way that Caldalo is performing. Now, looking at Leicester City for their injuries and suspensions, I do believe that Johnny Evans, he's going to be missing for the game, but do let me know, Leicester City fans, is he suspended or is he down with an injury? I'm not too sure. Pereira has got a groin injury, Under has got a thigh injury, and Fofana has also got a knee injury. But like I say, Leicester City fans, let me know down below in the comments if anything has changed on that. I know the games are coming thick and fast, players are picking up injuries, but certain players are coming back into the respective squads. Now, looking at the formations for both Newcastle and Leicester, so starting off with Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce goes with the 5-4-1 formation, so the 5 at the back wing-back system, which I absolutely despise. It's not the formation that I like to use, but he always uses it against the top 6 or the better sides. And it worked against Liverpool because we frustrated them for long periods, and I don't think Steve Bruce will change the formation against Leicester on Sunday. And talking of Leicester, Brendan Rodgers likes to go with a 4-2-3-1 formation, the formation that I prefer Steve Bruce to use, which is the 4 at the back, the 2 protecting the back 4, the 3 midfield and 1 up front. Leicester have got the players to play that formation, and when Brendan Rodgers sets them out, 9 times out of 10 they get the job done. And if only Steve Bruce went back to that formation, I believe we could win more games than we lose. Now, looking at players to watch for both Newcastle and Leicester. So we're going to start off with the TOON. So Callum Wilson is a one to watch out for. If you're a Leicester City fan watching, he'll be our main threat. He's got 8 goals so far this season. Could have had more. He has suffered with an injury. He was missing against Manchester City on the bench, but did play against Liverpool. Did come close a couple of times. But he will be our go-to guy for goals this season. Without his goals, I believe we could be in the bottom 3. And he's the type of player who likes to put himself about. He likes to make himself a presence. He likes to make those runs. And he does like to, attack set pieces like free kicks, corners. And he's not scared to, to be put through one-on-one and to beat the keepers. Matty Longstaff have put in there as well. Absolutely fantastic since coming back into the side. He was great against Manchester City, but he was even better against Liverpool. He brings so much energy to our side in terms of, putting in good tackles and driving forward, and he's going to be, one of our main threats from that midfield on Sunday afternoon. John Joe Shelby, I believe, will come straight back in for this one with Hayden being suspended. He'll be a one to watch out for you Leicester City fans. He's the type of player who, if he's on a good day, then he can perform really well. He's Hollywood balls, spraying them left and right. He does like to get forward. He does like to track back, but at times he is caught ball watching. He does stroll around the pitch. Giorgio Shelvey no doubt has got quality, and we're going to be massively relying on him on Sunday, and how he does with Matty Longstaff alongside him, that remains to be seen. Matt Ritchie, I think, played quite well against Liverpool. He'll be one to watch out for on the wing-back system, which we're going to play. A lad who likes to get forward, cut in and have a go, so be careful with him. And Yedlin, a special mention to him, who, he finally did his job against Liverpool. He got forward, he tried to make things happen in the first half, and he likes to get back and put his body on the line. He's got a lot of pace, so you're going to have to watch out for him on Sunday afternoon. Now, looking at Leicester City, I've highlighted 4 players, but I'm sure there's many more for the Foxes. First up, Jamie Vardy. Who else? The man in form. One of the best strikers to ever grace the Premier League, alongside the likes of Alan Shearer, for example. He's got 13 goals for Leicester this season, and he'll be looking to score more. He has suffered with injuries this season. Of course, he is getting on now, but that's not to say he's not a threat. He will be a threat. He's got pace. He's the type of striker who likes to peel off the last man. And with us playing 5 at the back, we've got to be mentally on it, and we've got to stop him, from getting through. And he will be getting a lot of service. He's got a good record against Newcastle. He scored against us at the King Power, and I believe he did score past us at St James's Park. So he knows all about us. He knows all about our threats, and he'll be on it this Sunday. Ayoze Perez, we all know about him, ex-Mag. He's only got 1 goal for Leicester this season, but he's had a lot of appearances off the bench, and he did play last game out against Crystal Palace. So he's only got 1 goal, but that's not to say he won't be looking for a goal past the TOON. He did score past the last time out at St James's Park, so he'll be looking to do the same again. And there's no doubt Perez has got talent. He is playing, with a very good side in Leicester that have got talent, and he'll be a threat if he's given the service. Harvey Barnes is another one who I've been impressed with out on the wing. He's got 8 goals for Leicester, likes to cut in. Not only that, but he can, work a good ball amongst his teammates, and he likes to put himself, around the box, and he does score goals, as you can see, with 8 goals this season. Tielemans is another one as well, their Belgian midfielder, who he works hard on and off the ball. He's a presence, he's a workman type player, and he will be looking to score past us. He does like to make chances for himself and his teammates. So there's just a few players to watch out for with Leicester. You can see the difference in quality between Newcastle and Leicester, and why Leicester are 3rd and Newcastle are currently sat in 14th place. But that's not to say that this game can't go either way, because the games are coming so thick and fast. Players are not going to have the energy to keep it going at 100% all of the time. So the lineup for Newcastle United will be as follows. There will be 1 forced change due to the fact that Hayden can't play because he's got an injury. So it will be the 5-4-1 formation. So in net, Carl Darlow. So the back 5 will be DeAndre Yedlin on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Matt Ritchie. The 3 at centre-back will be Federico Fernandez, Kieran Clark and Fabian Schär. The 4 in midfield, so Jacob Murphy out on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side will be Joe Linton. The 2 in midfield will be Shelvey and Matty Longstaff. And up front on his own will be Callum Wilson. That's probably the best side we can put out so far with what we have. And why would you want to change the side that's just got a decent draw against Liverpool? Yes, I'd love to change the formation to something like 4-2-3-1 or 4-1-2-1-2 or 4-3-3. But realistically, Steve Bruce is not going to change it. And we're up against the Leicester City side who, are 3rd in the Premier League and are just as good as Liverpool on any given match day. But my notes going into this match, let's just go again. Let's perform the same way. But this time I want to see more of an attacking threat, because Leicester, yes, we know they've got good players, but they are vulnerable to the counter-attack. They do concede goals. They have done, against Crystal Palace. They have done in previous games. No side is vulnerable to the counter-attack. Sides will make mistakes, and Leicester are no different. And yes, we've got a shocking record against Leicester City so far, since they've been back in the Premier League. But what's not to say to new year, new start? And let's try and build some confidence for the FA Cup game against Arsenal. Let's try and just put Brentford behind us. It's in the past now. Let's put in the past the likes of Man City, Fulham, and what happened last year. This is a fresh, clean slate for the players to go out and perform, and to be in Steve Bruce's thinking for the up-and-coming games in the new year going forward. The lads have got so much about them. They proved it against Liverpool that they can fight, they can make challenges, and they're going to have to do the same against Leicester. There's no question about that. We can't afford just to sit back and soak up the pressure, because Leicester will find ways through. If Liverpool won't, Leicester will. If we just stay positive and if we can get forward and maybe put Leicester under pressure from the very get-go, then you never know, it could be a different game. So, score prediction for the match. I'm going to say Newcastle United 2, Leicester City 1. Let's stay positive. I don't want to be a doom and gloom for 2021. I want to just keep the faith that the lads can beat Leicester. Yes, it's going to be a tough ask. We're at home, there's no fans. However, a point against Liverpool can only have lifted the confidence for the lads to perform against Leicester City and go one better and get the 3 points. Don't get me wrong, I would take a draw against Leicester City because they're a good side. However, we want to be looking to get all 3 points. You want to keep, the positive spirit going and looking to keep building in the new year. So let me know your score predictions down below in the comments section. Are you happy with my starting 11? Would you change anything? Let me know down below in the comments. And just before I leave the preview, make sure that you please subscribe to the channel. It's free. I want to grow in 2021, and the more subs we get, the better. I am less than 60 subscribers away now from 3,500 subscribers, and I can't get there without your help. So I would really appreciate it. It would really mean the world to us, and it just helps the channel to move forward. So please make sure you hit the thumbs up on the video. Not enough of you guys are liking the videos, so if you could do that, that would help the video to get out there as well to the wider world. Turn on the notification bell as well, so you never miss a video from yourself. By not hitting the notification bell, you'll never know when I drop a video. So make sure that you push that notification bell next to the subscribe button when you do that. And also make sure you jot your comments down below. Get interactive on Toon Army TV as we build up to a match day. And there'll be plenty more content coming your way very, very soon. And also, just to end off, follow me on social media, Toon Army TV, Instagram and Twitter. Happy New Year and all the best for 2021. I'll see you for the match review on Sunday afternoon/evening. Take care and how are the lads?